Hello and welcome to another tutorial video for Vast Lite. In this video I will explain how you can import your own image stack into Vast. To start off, I have Vast loaded up, and for this demonstration I will use the AC4 image stack, which you can download from our web page. So if you go to software RC FAS Harvard.edu Lichtman Vast and you scroll down, right here you can find the AC3 AC4 package. So this is what I'm using. You can download it from there directly. So to import an image stack, you go to File, Import, and then Import EM stack from images to VSV file. This will take all the images that you select and then dice them all into 16 by 16 by 16 cubes, 16 by 16 by 16 pixels large cubes, and then put all of these cubes together with an access structure into a single file. Which will be of the format .vsv or .bsvol for Vast's specific quick access. And then it will also generate MIP maps, which means powers of 2 reduced images that will also be stored in that same file. So that means that your data has to be small enough so that you can actually put it into a single file. So we have used that for datasets of maybe up to 1 terabyte. Maybe a little bit larger than that, but beyond that it really takes a very long time to do the pre-processing, and instead of importing it all into a single file, it's preferable to actually leave it as images. So what you would do is to cut up your dataset into tiles, for example 1K by 1K image tiles that make up the whole dataset, and then you would also prepare MIP maps yourself and then store everything in single folder structure, and prepare a VSVI file, so I can explain that in a different video, which allows Vast to access your images directly from the drive and load them up. But in this case our dataset isn't that large, so I will import it into a single VSV file. So if you click this, now you can select your source images, and this AC4 AC3 package contains an EM stack in this subfolder AC4 EM. So you have to extract it from the zip file which you get from the web page, and then you can select the images from the folder where it extracted it to. So I'm just clicking the first one and then clicking Ctrl A on the keyboard to select all. Select Open. Now in this first dialog here you can select whether you want to just use the images as you were selecting them. So this is what I will do here. If you have larger stacks, then maybe you cannot have a single image per section. So what you would do is again tile them into smaller tiles, and then name those tiles in a way that Vast can access them. So that would then be specified in this lower part of the dialog, but I'm not going to use that right now because this is a simple small 1 image per section dataset. So this first option here, if you select it and click OK, you can then specify what compression options you want to use for the dataset. So in this case I don't want to have a lossy compression, but just use the standard data setup as it is here. Click OK, and then you have to select file name where you want to store the images or what your resulting VSV file will be. So let's just call this AC4 imported, something like that. Save. And now it starts to import the data, as you can see here. So it's loading up the images, dicing them, saving them into your file, and when it's done with the full resolution data, it will generate the MIP maps. So it will actually take longer than the bar reaching the end here, a little bit at least. And the last thing you have to do is specify the size of your voxels in nanometers. So for this dataset, it's 6 by 6 by 30 nanometers. And these values will be used if you export or measure or display the scale bar. So it's kind of important, at least for some of the functionality, that these are correct. And then save that to the file. If you forgot to do that, or you find out later that the scale is different, you can go to Info and then Volume Properties with the file selected. So you can have several here, but right now we just have one. So the selected one in the Layers window will display its XYZ data in here. And you can edit it and then save it back to the file. Okay, so now we have our dataset loaded up and we're ready to go. Okay, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.